We turn now to the mass evacuation in Vanuatu and to the increasingly large number of evacuees from the risk of volcanic eruption on the island of Ambae, who are arriving on a neighbouring island that simply doesn't seem to have the facilities to cope. The extent of the pressure that very scarce resources are under became apparent today when we called our correspondent in one of the evacuation centres. As the number of likely evacuees increases from the initial projections of about 11,000 to somewhere nearer 15,000 people, RNZ Pacific reporter Koroi Williams was at a camp on Espiritu Santo. We asked him to describe what was happening as more and more evacuees were arriving behind him.
Just looking around, this is a massive sort of a sports field, and there's just people's luggage just strewn everywhere in the sun, and people just finding shade wherever they can, but there's not much around. I'm burning here.
And Koroi, it sounds like there's someone on a loud hailer or something behind you as they're speaking to everyone. Do you know what that person's saying?
I think they're trying to organise. There's people here doing all sorts of stuff. There's people cutting firewood, people trying to put up little bits of tarpaulin to get more shade. So right now he's talking about water. So he's telling people where they can go to get water. Because seriously, like with this sun, people are definitely going to need water. I think there's been 3 different water points set up. It looks like a football field on one side, so there must be changing rooms there that people are allowed to use, and then the school on the other side. So I think they're just telling people that that's where they need to go if they want to have a wash or get something to drink.
It's pretty rudimentary stuff, isn't it? And this isn't me having a go at Vanuatu. The evacuation is going pretty successfully, so they're getting people away from danger. The problem is that the infrastructure at the receiving end that is meant to cope with them just isn't able to cope with the numbers, right? And this is in a country devastated by Cyclone Pam, so they really are up against it, are they, Koroi?
They are. I spoke with the provincial authorities, and even they're a bit frustrated because the National Disaster Management Office had promised them funding to help support them with receiving all these people, and they told me this morning that hasn't come through, and they've been just running on their own steam. They're even getting fuel on credit from local businesses to run their trucks to move people around. So it's quite a tense situation here. I think.
Sorry, Koroi. Can I just interrupt? They're having to get fuel on credit from local businesses to run the evacuees around.
Yes, that's right, and even trucks. I think they're asking people to loan them their trucks. They asked for 20 more today because there's 5,000 people. The local government here, I think everybody's all hands on deck. No one's in the offices. Everybody's trying to organise people here. So they're to capacity.
Any NGOs there? Are you seeing any aid agencies working where you are now, Koroi?
There's a few people with vests on, but I think they're local provincial authorities. I've spoken with the Red Cross here and Save the Children, and everybody's in agreement, including the provincial authorities, that they just need tents. Like they don't need tarps, they don't need shelter kits like for the cyclones. They just need big tents that they can set up. They've got heaps of land, lots of land to put people on. They just got no shelter. And thank goodness it's the dry season. It's not raining, but even that, like it's scorching heat. People are just. I just came from another camp where I tried to get people to talk to us, and someone had fainted in a hut there, and they were trying to get him out to go to hospital. So obviously conditions coming over on a boat, being set up in a place scorching hot, but limited food and water. It's not a good thing,
Koroi, is there anyone near you from Ambae that we can talk to who speaks English? Is there anyone around that we can snaffle that you're standing nearby, or is it easier said than done?
Yeah, I did line up a guy to speak with us, but he's been pulled away by the crowd. I found the same problem in the other centre I went to. They have quite a sort of a social system here, so everybody speaks community, so people have to talk to like committees before they talk to us and all that sort of thing.
Right.
So it's quite organised. But I'll just see. I've spoken to this man, John So I'll just walk over and see if he's happy to speak with us.
Thank you so much, Koroi. Koroi Hawkins, who is with RNZ International, who do a stunning job covering the Pacific. As you can hear, he is up in an evacuation centre that is simply not equipped to cope with the people who are coming from Ambae. He's trying to get one of those people now to talk to us.
And John's just telling me that he needs to speak to the leader of the group, Father William, before he can speak to you.
Does he need permission,
Hi there.
Koroi?
Yes, I'm just talking now to Father William. Migat online, migat media man lo New Zealand.
Yes.
Hem like foto man lo camper but English not na situation be pala. Hem lo saya Islam hem like foto with him anyone hem say English.
I'm just going to speak very quietly, but you can actually hear Koroi speaking pidgin now, which is one of the joys of these brilliant Rinzi correspondents, trying to get permission for John, who's from Ambae and speaks English, to talk to us.
Okay.
Okay, by passing Kamli. So I'm just passing you over now to Nimblisa.
Thank you.
Father William, and with you. Are you speaking with John?
Thank you very much, Koroi. Thank you. I so appreciate it. Father William, hello. It's John Campbell from Radio New Zealand. Are you there?
Yes, yes.
Hello. Thank you so much for your time. Are you coping? Do you have enough support, enough resources, enough food, enough water, enough tents to look after all the people who are coming to you?
At the moment, we have, in our camp, we have 1,008 people at the moment in this camp, Sapi camp. And we don't have enough food. We don't have enough tent. And a lot of children outside in the sun because they don't have tent or camps to live in. And we don't have enough water also. It's one of our problems.
So you don't have enough food, water or tents,
Yep.
and more people are arriving. How many people did you say you have there now?
At the moment, we have 1,009 people. 1,009 people at the moment.
And are you expecting you will get more?
Yeah, we're expecting about 5,000 people today.
And can you cope with that many people?
Yes, there's so many people, and so we cannot cope with so many people here because there are lots of people, and yet still to be coming.
So you've got 1,000 now, and you're struggling to cope. Did you say you're going to have 5,000 in total?
Yeah. And they are, unfortunately, they are about four to five camps here. And one of our camps here is Sapi camp.
Yeah.
And we have about, unfortunately, 1,009 people. And we are expecting today 5,000 still to become.
And so you desperately need help, do you, to cope with all those people?
Yeah, we need help. We need so much help.
We need help. We need so much help. That's Father William talking to me from one of the camps. Before that, Koroi Hawkins, who of course is a RNZ Pacific reporter who's gone up to cover the evacuation, a desperate need for support from aid agencies and governments as this unfolds.